Hi there, it's Barry Adkins again. Thanks so much for filling out that form. It's really important to me. Equally, this information I hope will be important to you. There's 10 tips that I really can't wait to share with you. Number 1, experience. How much experience does that company have? Is it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? What's most important to you? From my perspective, experience is an absolute key ingredient to success. If they're experienced, they're going to do what you are looking for them to do, and that is manage your property. Communication. How often do you want to hear from a person? Communicate once a week, once a month, once a year, or every day, or somewhere in between. And how do you want to hear from them? Do you want to hear by email? Do you want to hear by phone? What systems do they have in place to ensure that you're getting communicated with in a regular manner and consistent with what you're looking for? Values. What does that company stand for? Do they stand for collecting fees? Or do they stand for honesty and integrity? Or do they stand for something else? Again, what's important to you? Certainly from my perspective, honesty and integrity is number 1. It's absolutely crucial in the process. However, you need to decide what's important to you and whether your values match the values of that company. Availability. Will they be available 24 hours, 7 days a week? Okay, we need to sleep, that's fair enough. But does someone make sure within that company that there is coverage 24 hours, 7 days a week for those unexpected and nasty situations that you're employing someone to manage for you, not doing it yourself? Financial information. What does that mean? Well, that's a really broad one, but the important thing here is it available at your fingertips? I.e., is it online? Is it real time? Can you get access to any stage in the process? Can you make inquiries about something and get a simple and speedy answer? Or is it not online? If it's not online, how do you get access to that information? How quickly can you get access to that information? So important. Rent reviews. Are you in the business for yield and earnings? If you are in the business for yield, then how often are they doing rent reviews? Are they doing them at least 6 monthly, which is part of the allowable process under the Tenancies Act? Or are they doing them in a sporadic process? Because it may not bother you so much. Equally, it may be the most important ingredient to how they're managing your property. Understand what their process is for rent reviews. Inspections. What are they looking for in an inspection? What are you looking for them to find in an inspection? What do you want to know from the inspection? Are you looking for repairs and maintenance information only? Or are you looking for ideas around possible capital growth and improvement in yield in your property by making some changes? Or are you looking for something totally different to that? Understand what the inspection process is, the regularity of inspections, what you're going to get from that inspection at the end of that process. Important to you, I know. When do you get paid? Probably the number 1 thing that you're most interested in. When am I going to get my money? You're collecting it. When am I going to get it? That could be anywhere from 5 days to 10 days to fortnightly to twice monthly to monthly. And there may be even companies that pay even further out than that. I don't know. What I do know is that the more regular you get the money, the improved cash flow that you have in your business. Find out what their process is, find out how it gets to your account, find out whether they can send it internationally for you as well, if that's an option that you're interested in. Suppliers. Do they have a group of suppliers that will help with repairs and maintenance? How reputable are those suppliers? What contracts do they have with those suppliers? How well do they know those suppliers? How often are they using those suppliers? All things that I think you need to understand when it comes to selection of your property management company. Rent arrears. Well, without collecting rents, you're not getting paid. So rent arrears. What about rent arrears? Well, on day 1 of a tenant not paying their rent, is there some action being taken? Is it a text? Is it a phone call? Is it both? What's going on? You know, rent arrears, so important in that process, absolutely crucial. And you need to understand what that company will do for you with rent arrears. And for that matter, water arrears. If they're collecting water for you, how are they getting that water payment made from the tenant? In a timely manner? What sort of process do they use? Understand all of these things. And above all, and the number 1 on top of all that is, are you comfortable with the person? We're in a relationship business, you're in a relationship business, you're dealing with people through a relationship, are you comfortable with them? If at all possible, meet them. Meet them, understand them, and you'll be far better versed in understanding whether that property management company is right for you. Good luck in your selection process, and thanks for listening.